Today, I want to talk about something we all experience but rarely embrace: being alone. In a world that celebrates constant connection, being alone can seem uncomfortable, even scary. But what if I told you that solitude isn't something to fear, but something to cherish and cultivate? Being alone doesn't have to mean being lonely. Loneliness is a feeling of disconnection, while solitude is a state of peace with oneself. Learning to be alone without being lonely is one of the most powerful life skills you can develop. It teaches you self-reliance, emotional independence, and the ability to find joy from within. The truth is, we are the only constant in our lives. People, situations, and circumstances come and go, but we remain. So it only makes sense to become our own best company, to be able to sit with ourselves without needing to escape. Being alone is often viewed through a negative lens, a perspective shaped by societal views and personal experiences. For many, solitude triggers feelings of abandonment, isolation, or loneliness. These negative associations are rooted in cultural norms that equate solitude with sadness or lack of connection. From a young age, we're taught to value companionship above all else, with constant reminders that being alone is something to be avoided at all costs. However, it's crucial to challenge and redefine this perception. Instead of seeing being alone as something undesirable or painful, consider it as an opportunity for growth, self-discovery, and personal empowerment. One of the first steps in reframing the concept of being alone is recognizing the distinction between solitude and loneliness. While loneliness refers to the negative feeling of isolation and disconnection, solitude is a neutral or even positive state of being. Solitude is simply the state of being by yourself, without external influences, while loneliness carries with it a sense of emptiness or longing for connection. The key difference lies in how we experience the two. Solitude is not inherently negative. It is simply a blank canvas, waiting to be filled with introspection, creativity, and peace. When we shift our focus from loneliness to solitude, we begin to see the power in being alone rather than the fear. Another essential aspect of redefining being alone is recognizing that we, as individuals, are whole. We are taught to seek validation and companionship from others, and while relationships are vital, they shouldn't define our self-worth. When we are alone, we are simply with ourselves, our most consistent and reliable companion. We often place an immense amount of pressure on others to make us feel whole, but true contentment comes from understanding that our value doesn't come from external sources. Solitude is a reminder that we are enough just as we are, and that our own presence is worthy of love, care, and respect. Moreover, being alone offers an unparalleled opportunity for self-reflection. When surrounded by others, it's easy to get caught up in the noise of daily life and external opinions. But when we are by ourselves, we can turn inward and reflect on our thoughts, feelings, and experiences. This time of solitude can lead to profound self-awareness. You might discover things about yourself that you wouldn't have noticed in the hustle and bustle of life. Whether it's recognizing personal strengths or uncovering areas of growth, solitude offers the quiet space to examine and understand your inner world more deeply. Being alone also provides an opportunity to reconnect with passions and hobbies that we might have neglected. When we are always around others, we often prioritize their needs or opinions over our own desires. This can lead to a loss of personal identity or fulfillment. Solitude allows us to rediscover what truly excites us, whether it's a hobby we used to love, a creative project we abandoned, or a goal we set aside. Without the distraction of external voices, we can focus on nurturing ourselves and our individual passions. In solitude, we find the freedom to fully explore and engage with our interests. There's also a unique freedom in being alone because solitude eliminates external expectations. When we're alone, we don't have to worry about how we're being perceived, what others think of us, or conforming to social norms. This absence of judgment allows us to express ourselves freely, without the need for validation or approval. It's a chance to be authentic and true to ourselves, without the influence of outside pressures. Whether we want to relax without feeling the need to entertain, dress however we choose, or make decisions based solely on our own preferences, solitude grants us the liberty to do so without fear of critique. Additionally, the concept of self-sufficiency plays a significant role in redefining what being alone means. It teaches us that we don't need external distractions to feel happy, entertained, or fulfilled. Solitude encourages us to rely on ourselves to fill our own emotional and mental needs. Whether it's managing our own emotions, practicing self-care, or creating our own joy, learning to be content on our own is a crucial skill. The more we embrace this, the more we cultivate inner strength and resilience. We become less reliant on others for our happiness, which in turn leads to greater emotional independence and well-being. Lastly, redefining being alone is about embracing solitude as an essential part of a balanced life. In a world that constantly promotes socializing, busyness, and connectedness, we sometimes forget the importance of retreat and rejuvenation. Solitude allows for this vital period of rest, enabling us to restore our mental, emotional, and physical energy. Just as our bodies need sleep to recharge, our minds and spirits need moments of quiet and stillness to remain balanced and centered. Solitude can be a form of self-care, helping us to re-energize and approach life with renewed focus and clarity. It's a necessary aspect of leading a fulfilling and healthy life, offering the peace and grounding we need to navigate the world around us. Nurturing your relationship with yourself is one of the most important investments you can make. Just as you would cultivate meaningful relationships with friends, family, or partners, it's essential to develop a healthy, loving, and supportive relationship with yourself. We often spend so much time focusing on others, giving our attention, care, and energy to external connections, that we neglect the most important relationship we'll ever have, the one with ourselves. Nurturing this bond creates the foundation for everything else in life, from your emotional well-being to your ability to engage positively with others. One of the first steps in nurturing this relationship is learning to spend quality time with yourself. Much like you would prioritize time with loved ones, it's crucial to carve out moments for yourself. This isn't just about being alone, but about being present with yourself. Whether it's a quiet walk in nature, a solo meal at your favorite restaurant, or simply sitting in a comfortable space with a book or music, these moments of solitude can be immensely nourishing. By spending time with yourself in a focused, intentional way, you begin to deepen your connection to your own needs and desires. It allows you to understand what you enjoy, what makes you feel at peace, and what nourishes your soul. Moreover, self-talk plays a pivotal role in shaping your relationship with yourself. The way you speak to yourself, both in times of struggle and celebration, greatly impacts how you view yourself. If your internal dialogue is filled with self-criticism, negativity, or judgment, it becomes incredibly challenging to cultivate a loving relationship with yourself. On the other hand, practicing positive self-talk helps to nurture self-compassion and understanding. This doesn't mean ignoring flaws or mistakes, but rather speaking to yourself with kindness and encouragement. When you make a mistake, for example, instead of berating yourself, remind yourself that everyone falters and that growth comes from learning. Replace negative thoughts with affirmations of worth, strength, and resilience. Another crucial aspect of nurturing your relationship with yourself is setting healthy boundaries. Boundaries are not just about saying no to others, they're also about saying yes to your own needs and protecting your emotional energy. When you neglect your own boundaries, whether in relationships, work, or other areas of life, you end up sacrificing your own well-being for the sake of others. This can lead to burnout, resentment, and a feeling of disconnection from yourself. Learning to say no when necessary, respecting your emotional limits, and prioritizing your own needs is an act of self-love. Boundaries create a space where you can flourish, ensuring that you are not constantly giving away pieces of yourself, but are instead able to replenish your own emotional reserves. In addition to boundaries, taking the time to acknowledge and honor your emotions is an essential part of building a strong relationship with yourself. We often suppress or dismiss our feelings in an attempt to avoid discomfort, but emotions are signals from within that offer valuable insights. Whether it's anger, sadness, joy, or fear, all emotions are valid and deserve recognition. By allowing yourself to feel and process your emotions rather than bottling them up, you send the message to yourself that your feelings matter. This process of emotional self-awareness helps you become more in tune with who you are, what you need, and how to move forward in a healthy way. Part of nurturing a relationship with yourself involves engaging in self-care routines that cater to your physical, mental, and emotional needs. Self-care goes beyond occasional pampering. It's about creating sustainable habits that support your overall well-being. This can range from getting enough sleep, eating nourishing foods, and staying physically active to engaging in activities that promote mental clarity, such as meditation, journaling, or simply resting when needed. Consistent self-care demonstrates that you value your body and mind. It shows you prioritize your health, and it reinforces that you are deserving of care and attention, both from yourself and others. Equally important is the concept of forgiveness in nurturing a relationship with yourself. We all make mistakes. It's part of being human. However, the ability to forgive ourselves for past errors, missteps, or regrets is essential for emotional freedom and growth. Holding on to guilt, shame, or resentment only weighs us down, preventing us from fully embracing who we are. Forgiving yourself doesn't mean excusing poor behavior. It means recognizing that you did the best you could at the time and allowing yourself the grace to move forward. By releasing the burden of self-blame, you free yourself to grow, learn, and thrive. Nurturing your relationship with yourself also requires patience and understanding. Just as relationships with others take time to grow and deepen, so does the relationship you have with yourself. You won't suddenly become the most self-aware, self-loving version of yourself overnight. It takes consistent effort, reflection, and a willingness to be imperfect. There will be times when you stumble, times when you doubt yourself, and times when you don't feel good enough. But during those moments, remember that growth is a process. The more patient and understanding you are with yourself, the more you cultivate a loving, compassionate relationship that can weather any storm. Lastly, nurturing your relationship with yourself involves learning to celebrate your uniqueness. In a world where comparison is often inevitable, it's easy to lose sight of your own distinct qualities. Yet it's essential to appreciate and embrace what makes you unique. Your experiences, your perspective, your quirks, and your values are all a part of what makes you who you are. Instead of measuring your worth against others, take time to recognize the beauty in your individuality. Celebrate your achievements, no matter how small, and acknowledge the personal strengths that have carried you through difficult times. When you honor your own uniqueness, you cultivate a sense of self-respect and pride that strengthens your connection to yourself. Pursuing solo interests and hobbies is an incredibly powerful way to strengthen your sense of self, build confidence, and create a fulfilling life. When we're constantly surrounded by others or influenced by external expectations, it can be easy to lose sight of what truly excites us as individuals. Hobbies and interests are deeply personal and can bring a sense of joy and fulfillment that is hard to replicate through any external means. By carving out time to engage in activities that are uniquely yours, you not only cultivate your own passions, but you also create a sense of ownership over your life. These solo activities allow you to connect with your inner self and provide a source of enjoyment and accomplishment independent of others. One of the most rewarding aspects of pursuing solo interests is that you have the freedom to choose activities that align with your personal values and preferences. Unlike group activities, which may be driven by the needs or desires of others, solo hobbies offer the opportunity to follow your own instincts and intuition. Whether it's painting, playing an instrument, gardening, or writing, the act of pursuing these interests allows you to express your individuality. It becomes a canvas where you can explore your creativity, challenge your skills, and push your boundaries. When you engage in something that resonates deeply with you, it fosters a sense of purpose and satisfaction that cannot be replicated by simply following trends or doing things for the sake of fitting in. Engaging in solo activities also offers a unique opportunity for personal growth and skill development. Many hobbies, especially those pursued alone, require time, dedication, and patience to master. Whether you're learning a new language, trying your hand at photography, or becoming proficient in a sport, the process of honing a skill on your own builds a sense of accomplishment and self-reliance. These pursuits can become a source of pride and motivation, knowing that your progress is a direct result of your own effort and determination. As you grow in these areas, you'll not only develop new talents, but also cultivate the resilience and perseverance necessary to overcome challenges. Additionally, solo hobbies provide the perfect setting for self-reflection and mindfulness. In today's fast-paced, technology-driven world, it's easy to become overwhelmed by distractions and external pressures. Engaging in activities that are solely for your own enjoyment offers an escape from the constant noise and allows you to center yourself. Whether it's losing yourself in a good book, practicing yoga, or immersing yourself in a creative project, these moments of solitude help you become more mindful and present. You can focus on the task at hand, free from the distractions of the outside world, which not only helps reduce stress, but also provides the space for introspection and personal insight. Moreover, pursuing solo interests and hobbies encourages a deeper sense of independence. Many people rely on social interactions or group activities to feel fulfilled, but engaging in hobbies by yourself teaches you that you can find joy and meaning without needing others' involvement. This independence helps boost your confidence and self-sufficiency. When you pursue your passion solo, you begin to recognize that your happiness and fulfillment are within your control, independent of others' opinions or participation. Over time, this sense of autonomy becomes empowering, as it allows you to take full ownership of your personal happiness. Pursuing solo interests also encourages exploration and curiosity. It invites you to explore new things and step outside of your comfort zone. Many people shy away from trying new activities because they fear judgment or failure, but when you engage in a hobby on your own, the only judgment that matters is your own. This creates a safe space for experimentation and learning. If you fail, there's no one to disappoint but yourself, and every mistake becomes an opportunity to grow. By exploring different hobbies, you open the door to discovering new talents, interests, and passions that you may never have considered otherwise. This sense of exploration makes life feel richer and more exciting, as it encourages you to step into the unknown and embrace the unfamiliar. One of the most profound benefits of pursuing solo interests is the boost it gives to mental well-being. Hobbies are not only a source of joy, but they can also provide therapeutic benefits. Engaging in a solo activity can help reduce anxiety, depression, and stress by providing an outlet for self-expression and emotional release. Whether it's through physical activity, creative endeavors, or intellectual pursuits, hobbies act as a natural stress reliever. They allow you to disconnect from the pressures of daily life and focus on something that brings you genuine pleasure. This mental rejuvenation is essential for maintaining emotional balance and preventing burnout. Finally, solo hobbies can lead to a deeper connection with your sense of identity. In a world where we are often defined by the roles we play in relationships, careers, or social circles, hobbies give us the chance to reconnect with who we are on a deeper level. They are an expression of our innermost desires, values, and inclinations. By dedicating time to things that are meaningful to us, we reaffirm our sense of self and create space for personal growth. Whether it's through the pursuit of knowledge, the act of creation, or physical movement, these solo activities help us uncover parts of ourselves that might have remained dormant or overlooked. The more you explore your interests, the more you learn about your true passions and strengths, which can help guide you on your journey of personal fulfillment. In a world that moves at an increasingly fast pace, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the constant barrage of thoughts, tasks, and distractions. We often find ourselves racing through our days, constantly anticipating the next thing, and never fully engaging with the present moment. This is where mindfulness and meditation come into play. Practicing mindfulness is about learning to bring your full attention to the present moment, accepting it without judgment. Meditation, on the other hand, is a tool that can help you cultivate mindfulness by quieting the mind and fostering a deep sense of awareness and stillness. Together, they form a powerful combination that allows you to be more present, focused, and at peace with yourself. One of the primary benefits of mindfulness is that it encourages you to slow down and observe your thoughts. In our busy lives, our minds are often cluttered with worries about the past, anxieties about the future, and constant to-do lists. Mindfulness teaches us to simply observe these thoughts without becoming attached to them or letting them dictate our emotional state. When you practice mindfulness, you begin to recognize that thoughts are transient. They come and go, but they don't define you. By distancing yourself from your thoughts, you allow yourself the freedom to simply be in the moment, rather than getting caught up in mental chaos. This shift in perspective brings a sense of peace and helps you reclaim your mental space. Meditation is one of the most effective ways to develop mindfulness, as it provides a dedicated time and space to cultivate awareness. When you meditate, you create an intentional space for quiet reflection where you can focus on your breath, a mantra, or simply the sensations in your body. This practice helps you anchor your attention in the present moment, making it easier to let go of distractions and mental noise. Regular meditation, even if it's just for a few minutes each day, trains your mind to become more focused, calm, and present. Over time, this practice extends beyond meditation sessions and influences how you engage with the world. You become more attuned to the present moment in your daily life, whether you're eating, walking, or having a conversation. Another significant aspect of mindfulness is the cultivation of non-judge mental awareness. We often have a tendency to judge our thoughts, feelings, or experiences as good or bad, right or wrong. This judgment creates inner conflict and can contribute to feelings of stress and dissatisfaction. Mindfulness teaches us to observe our thoughts and emotions without labeling them as positive or negative. Instead, we accept them for what they are, temporary states of being. This shift in mindset allows us to respond to situations with greater clarity, patience, and understanding. We begin to see challenges and difficulties as opportunities for growth, rather than sources of frustration or despair. Mindfulness also helps to develop greater emotional regulation. When we're mindful, we become more aware of our emotions as they arise, allowing us to respond to them thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This awareness gives us the space to process our emotions without being overwhelmed by them. For example, if you feel anger or frustration building up, mindfulness allows you to observe that feeling without letting it control your actions. Instead of reacting in the heat of the moment, you can pause, breathe, and respond in a way that aligns with your values and intentions. This emotional control fosters a sense of inner peace and helps you navigate life's challenges with greater ease. In addition to emotional regulation, mindfulness can help to reduce stress and anxiety. By focusing on the present moment and letting go of worries about the past or future, you release much of the mental clutter that causes stress. Studies have shown that mindfulness and meditation can reduce levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, in the body. When practiced regularly, mindfulness helps to rewire your brain, making you less reactive to stressors and more resilient in the face of adversity. It becomes a natural way of responding to stress, rather than feeling overwhelmed or helpless. By staying grounded in the present, you can approach difficult situations with a calm and centered mindset. Meditation also has physical benefits that complement its mental and emotional advantages. Research has shown that mindfulness meditation can improve your overall health by lowering blood pressure, improving sleep quality, and boosting the immune system. These physical benefits stem from the way meditation activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for the body's rest and digest functions. When you meditate, your body enters a state of deep relaxation, reducing tension and promoting healing. This creates a cycle where your mental and physical health reinforce each other. Mindfulness reduces stress, which in turn lowers physical tension and supports overall well-being. Lastly, one of the most transformative effects of mindfulness and meditation is the ability to enhance your connection with yourself. As you become more aware of your thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations, you begin to develop a deeper understanding of who you are. Mindfulness encourages self-compassion as it allows you to accept yourself without judgment or criticism. In a world that often demands perfection, this acceptance of your imperfections can be liberating. Through regular meditation and mindfulness practice, you develop a sense of inner peace and contentment that isn't dependent on external circumstances. This connection to yourself creates a solid foundation for personal growth, self-love, and emotional resilience. The environment you surround yourself with plays a significant role in shaping your mindset and overall well-being. Whether it's your physical space, the people you interact with, or the digital world you engage with, these external factors can either uplift you or drain your energy. Cultivating a positive environment involves making intentional choices to create a space that supports your mental, emotional, and physical health. This isn't just about having a tidy or aesthetically pleasing space, but also about curating the influences that contribute to your sense of peace, joy, and motivation. One of the first areas to focus on is your physical space. The environment in which you live can deeply impact your mood and productivity. A cluttered, disorganized space can create a sense of chaos and overwhelm, making it difficult to relax or focus. On the other hand, a clean, organized space promotes clarity, calmness, and a sense of order. Simple changes, such as decluttering your home, adding plants, or arranging furniture to create an open flow, can dramatically improve your emotional well-being. Natural light, colors that resonate with you, and cozy, comfortable settings can also enhance your mood. Creating a physical environment that feels nurturing and inspiring can help you feel more at peace and ready to take on the world, especially when you're alone. Beyond the physical space, your social environment is another important factor to consider. The people you choose to spend time with can have a profound impact on your emotional state. Surrounding yourself with individuals who are supportive, uplifting, and positive can help reinforce a sense of belonging and self-worth. On the flip side, toxic relationships or environments filled with negativity can bring stress, self-doubt, and anxiety. It's important to evaluate your relationships and set boundaries with people who drain your energy or bring you down. Even if it's family or long-term friends, it's crucial to prioritize your mental health. Cultivating a positive social environment involves surrounding yourself with people who encourage your growth, who inspire you, and who make you feel loved and valued. Equally important is the digital environment you engage with. In today's interconnected world, we spend a significant amount of time on our phones, computers, and social media platforms. While these tools can be sources of connection and information, they can also contribute to stress, comparison, and negativity. It's vital to curate your digital space by following accounts, joining groups, or reading content that nourishes your mind and supports your values. You can unfollow or mute sources of negativity or content that triggers anxiety, self-doubt, or stress. By intentionally curating your digital environment, you can create an online space that inspires positivity, learning, and personal growth, rather than one that leaves you feeling drained or inferior. Additionally, the habits and routines you adopt within your environment play a critical role in creating a positive atmosphere. Your daily habits shape the energy and tone of your day. Incorporating practices that prioritize self-care, such as morning routines, exercise, and mindfulness, sets the foundation for a positive, productive environment. Even something as simple as drinking water, eating healthy meals, or taking breaks can shift the energy around you. By embedding positive habits into your routine, you set the stage for a balanced and fulfilling life. Your environment becomes a reflection of the choices you make each day, and the more positive habits you introduce, the more your surroundings will support your well-being. The importance of self-affirmation within your environment cannot be overstated. The words and messages we see daily, whether in the form of posters, quotes, or affirmations, have the power to influence our subconscious mind. Positive affirmations and empowering messages can create an atmosphere of self-love, confidence, and encouragement. When you surround yourself with reminders of your worth, strengths, and abilities, you start to internalize these beliefs. This, in turn, helps you face challenges with resilience and self-assurance. Consider displaying motivational quotes, affirmations, or images that inspire you in your home or workspace. These visual cues can keep you grounded in positivity and serve as a reminder of your goals and potential. Another way to cultivate a positive environment is by engaging in activities that nourish your mind and body. Regularly doing things that bring you joy, fulfillment, and relaxation can create an atmosphere of positivity within yourself. Whether it's practicing a hobby, spending time in nature, or engaging in creative pursuits, making time for activities that bring you happiness creates a space where you can recharge and feel nurtured. Activities that nourish your soul, such as reading, listening to music, or practicing yogic, and elevate your mood and deepen your connection to yourself. By prioritizing these activities, you foster an environment of care and self-respect, reinforcing a sense of well-being. In addition, the people and energy you invite into your space can significantly influence your emotional state. Having a supportive network that encourages growth, joy, and positivity can provide the emotional nourishment needed to thrive. However, it's also important to recognize that not everyone in your life will always be a source of positivity. In these situations, it's important to be mindful of the energy others bring into your environment and how it affects you. Setting healthy boundaries with people who may contribute negativity or stress into your space is essential. Creating a positive environment means knowing when to step back, recenter yourself, and protect your peace. Surround yourself with individuals who align with your energy and who uplift you during your alone time. Finally, taking responsibility for your emotional and mental space is crucial in cultivating a positive environment. You are the ultimate creator of your own atmosphere. Your thoughts, reactions, and emotional responses determine how you experience your surroundings. By developing emotional awareness and practicing self-regulation techniques, you create an internal environment that is calm, centered, and positive, regardless of external circumstances. When you take responsibility for your mental space, you gain the power to influence how you feel and interact with the world. This sense of inner peace and emotional control will naturally extend to the external environment, creating a harmonious and uplifting space for yourself. Solitude is often misunderstood in our fast-paced world. Many people associate being alone with loneliness, discomfort, or even sadness. However, solitude, when embraced as a form of self-care, can be an incredibly enriching and rejuvenating experience. Learning to enjoy and make the most of your time alone can provide numerous benefits, such as deep reflection, relaxation, and a stronger connection with your inner self. Rather than fearing or avoiding solitude, it can be viewed as an opportunity for personal growth, emotional healing, and self-discovery. At its core, solitude allows for deep reflection. In the absence of external distractions, we have the space to reflect on our experiences, emotions, and decisions. This time to think allows us to gain clarity about our lives and the direction we want to take. When we're constantly surrounded by noise and other people's perspectives, it can be hard to hear our own voice. Solitude offers the opportunity to evaluate our lives, assess our needs, and consider how we want to move forward. Whether it's taking a walk by yourself, journaling, or simply sitting in quiet contemplation, solitude gives you the space to reconnect with your inner thoughts and desires. Another powerful benefit of solitude is the restorative effect it has on our mental and emotional well-being. Constant interaction with others, social commitments, and the pressure to meet external expectations can leave us mentally drained and emotionally depleted. Solitude allows us to step away from these demands and recharge our energy. It's a chance to disconnect from the external world and reconnect with ourselves, whether it's through relaxing activities like reading, meditating, or even taking a nap. Embracing solitude as a form of self-care helps to restore balance and prevent burnout. It offers a necessary break to recover from the emotional labor that comes with interacting with others. Solitude also provides the perfect opportunity for nurturing self-compassion and self-love. In our busy, interconnected world, we often give so much of ourselves to others that we neglect our own needs. Being alone allows us to focus solely on ourselves and practice self-care. care without the influence of external pressures. You can take time to indulge in activities that make you feel good, whether that's treating yourself to a favorite meal, taking a long bath, or simply allowing yourself to relax without guilt. This is a form of self-compassion, giving yourself permission to rest, recharge, and show kindness to yourself. In solitude, we learn to prioritize our own well-being and recognize the importance of nurturing ourselves. Furthermore, solitude fosters creativity and inspiration. When we are alone, free from external distractions, we are often more open to creative ideas and solutions. The mind has space to wander, think freely, and explore new possibilities. Many creative people, such as writers, artists, and musicians, thrive in solitude because it allows them to tap into their imagination and produce work that is authentic and deeply personal. Solitude can be the birthplace of new ideas and innovations, as it removes the noise of the outside world and gives us the mental clarity to think outside the box. By embracing time alone, we give ourselves the opportunity to reconnect with our creativity and explore new forms of expression. In addition to creativity, solitude enables emotional processing and healing. Life's challenges, whether personal setbacks, relationship struggles, or professional stress, can leave us feeling emotionally overwhelmed. Being alone provides the safe space needed to process these emotions without the pressure to perform or meet others' expectations. During these times, solitude becomes an opportunity for emotional healing. You can reflect on what happened, understand your feelings, and begin to work through any unresolved emotions. Solitude allows you to confront your vulnerabilities and process grief, anger, or disappointment in a healthy way. This emotional processing is essential for personal growth and well-being. One of the most empowering aspects of embracing solitude is that it helps to build inner strength and resilience. In solitude, we face ourselves, our thoughts, our fears, our hopes, and our dreams. It's during this time that we learn to rely on ourselves and our inner resources to navigate life's challenges. Instead of seeking validation from others, we begin to trust our own judgment and develop a strong sense of self. This independence and self-reliance are empowering, as they remind us that we are capable of handling whatever comes our way. Embracing solitude as a form of self-care teaches us to cultivate a resilient mindset, one that doesn't rely on external sources of affirmation to feel whole or secure. Solitude can also be an opportunity to set personal goals and intentions. In the quiet of being alone, we can reflect on our values, aspirations, and the steps we need to take to achieve them, without the distractions of others or the pressure of external expectations. We can focus fully on what truly matters to us. Solitude provides the clarity and mental space to set meaningful goals and reflect on our progress. Whether you're planning personal or professional milestones, taking time alone to think deeply about your future helps you gain focus and direction. It allows you to chart a course that is true to your authentic self, rather than one that is influenced by external forces. Finally, solitude provides an opportunity for deep relaxation and mindfulness. In our daily lives, we are often bombarded with noise, information, and endless tasks. Solitude, on the other hand, provides the perfect environment for mindfulness and relaxation. Whether it's through meditation, yoga, or simply sitting quietly, time alone can help you cultivate a state of calm and presence. This relaxation allows you to tune into your body and mind, noticing how you feel and what you need in the moment. Practicing mindfulness in solitude can reduce stress, increase mental clarity, and promote a sense of overall well-being. It's a way to slow down, reconnect with yourself, and embrace the peacefulness that comes from being alone. The quality of our relationships with others and ourselves profoundly impacts our mental, emotional, and social well-being. Developing healthy relationships involves creating a strong sense of self-awareness, self-love, and respect, as well as fostering understanding and mutual respect with the people in our lives. When we focus on building healthier relationships, we create a foundation for growth, connection, and fulfillment, both internally and externally. These relationships, grounded in love, empathy, and respect, enable us to navigate life with greater ease and contentment, especially when learning to be alone without feeling lonely. The first step in developing healthy relationships is to cultivate a healthy relationship with yourself. It is impossible to build meaningful connections with others if you do not first have a positive relationship with yourself. Self-awareness is the foundation of this process, as it allows you to understand your needs, desires, strengths, and areas for growth. Practicing self-awareness involves being honest with yourself about who you are, acknowledging both your strengths and weaknesses, and accepting yourself unconditionally. By recognizing your worth and treating yourself with kindness, you establish the groundwork for positive interactions with others. Embracing self-love encourages you to set boundaries, respect your needs, and practice self-care regularly. In the journey of developing a healthy relationship with yourself, self-compassion plays a crucial role. Self-compassion involves treating yourself with the same kindness, care, and understanding that you would offer to a friend in times of struggle. It means acknowledging your imperfections and embracing them, rather than criticizing or judging yourself harshly. Developing self-compassion allows you to cultivate emotional resilience, as you can accept mistakes, learn from them, and move forward without excessive guilt or shame. When you treat yourself with compassion, you reinforce a positive self-image, which empowers you to engage in relationships with others from a place of strength, rather than insecurity. Building healthy relationships with others also requires effective communication. Open, honest, and empathetic communication is the key to fostering understanding and connection with those around you. Healthy relationships are built on the foundation of clear communication, where both parties feel heard and respected. This involves not only speaking your truth, but also actively listening to the perspectives and needs of others. Being a good listener helps build trust and strengthens bonds, as people feel valued when their thoughts and feelings are acknowledged. In turn, effective communication helps to resolve conflicts constructively, allowing relationships to grow and evolve in positive directions. Another important aspect of developing healthy relationships is the ability to set boundaries. Boundaries are essential for maintaining emotional and mental well-being, especially in relationships where you are regularly interacting with others. Setting boundaries involves recognizing your limits and being able to communicate them clearly and assertively. Healthy boundaries help prevent feelings of resentment or burnout by ensuring that you don't overextend yourself in relationships or give more than you are willing or able to give. It's important to establish boundaries that protect your personal time, energy, and emotional space. Respecting others' boundaries is equally important, as it demonstrates that you value their autonomy and well-being. In addition to setting boundaries, mutual respect is a cornerstone of healthy relationships. Respect in relationships means acknowledging and honoring each person's individuality, needs, and values. It requires treating others with dignity, considering their perspectives, and refraining from behaviors that may undermine their self-worth or autonomy. In healthy relationships, both individuals understand that their personal needs and desires are valid and deserve consideration. When respect is mutual, both parties can engage in open and honest discussions without fear of judgment or dismissal. fostering an environment of trust and support. Healthy relationships thrive on the balance of both giving and receiving respect, creating a space where both people feel valued and cared for. Another key factor in developing healthy relationships is the willingness to grow together. Relationships are dynamic, and they evolve as both individuals grow and change. A healthy relationship requires the flexibility to adapt to new circumstances and the willingness to support each other's personal development. Whether it's pursuing new interests, tackling challenges, or supporting each other through life transitions, growing together strengthens the bond between individuals. This aspect of relationship building also involves being open to feedback and constructive criticism. In healthy relationships, both people feel comfortable expressing their desires for improvement and collaborating to enhance the relationship. Growth becomes a shared journey where both individuals are encouraged to become the best versions of themselves. Furthermore, developing healthy relationships requires empathy and emotional intelligence. Empathy allows us to understand and share the feelings of others, creating a deeper emotional connection. When we approach others with empathy, we become more attuned to their emotional needs and can respond in ways that offer support and validation. Emotional intelligence, which includes the ability to recognize and manage your own emotions as well as the emotions of others, plays a significant role in fostering healthy relationships. It helps prevent misunderstandings, reduces conflict, and enhances communication. By developing emotional intelligence, you can navigate the complexities of relationships with greater ease, making interactions more harmonious and fulfilling. Finally, building healthy relationships involves nurturing trust and vulnerability. Trust is the bedrock of any strong relationship, and it is built over time through consistent actions, honesty, and reliability. Vulnerability plays an essential role in trust building because it allows both individuals to open up and share their authentic selves. When you are vulnerable with others, you show that you trust them with your true thoughts, emotions, and experiences. This openness fosters intimacy and strengthens the connection. However, vulnerability must be balanced with mutual respect and understanding to ensure that it is reciprocated in a safe and supportive way. By cultivating trust and vulnerability, relationships deepen and emotional bonds become stronger and more enduring. Developing healthy relationships with both yourself and others creates a foundation of trust, respect, and mutual support. By nurturing self-awareness, empathy, and communication skills, we not only improve our interactions with others, but also strengthen our relationship with ourselves. These healthy relationships empower us to navigate life's challenges and enjoy meaningful connections that enhance our overall well-being. In conclusion, developing healthy relationships with both yourself and others is a lifelong process that requires self-awareness, mutual respect, and emotional intelligence. By building a strong relationship with yourself through self-compassion and self-care, you establish the foundation for meaningful connections with others. Healthy relationships are grounded in open communication, trust, empathy, and the ability to grow together. As you prioritize your own well-being and set clear boundaries, you create a space for deeper connection, fulfillment, and personal growth. Embracing these principles allows you to build a life filled with meaningful connections, both with yourself and the people around you, and ensures that solitude is never a source of loneliness, but an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. You said,